I would like to say something today about how the global pandemic is exposing some of the contradictions of our society, particularly as regards borders and as regards who is an essential migrant worker. In many of the European countries and in North America, an essential migrant worker was a worker that is highly skilled, probably in the IT sector, a doctor, an engineer, or a scientist, including a social scientist. But today, under the pandemic, we realize that essential migrant workers are not those highly skilled necessarily, but those who are working in some of the most difficult and demanding and low-paid jobs, like in care, in seniors' home, but also in the farms, in harvest, in the food processing industry. And that raises some issues about the priorities and the way we organize immigration policy today. A second thing is about how the borders affect migrants and how some migrants are stuck because they were about to move but cannot, both if they are temporary or if they're long-term migrants, and how also some migrant workers in different parts of the globe and some refugees and asylum seekers are being trapped and actually locked up because in a way they're not trusted to show the necessary level of civic responsibility and not move, not spread the virus. And this is not the same treatment that is reserved for citizens or permanent residents who are treated in a different way and they're not locked up. We've seen really deplorable situations in countries around the world, like unfortunately in my own country of origin, Greece, and the refugee camps, but also, for instance, in Singapore, in the dormitories of essential domestic migrant workers, in the Gulf countries among construction workers. So I think the pandemic invites us a bit to reflect on our values and on the way we treat migrants, and particularly those essential migrant workers for our societies.